Monday to start of the week was an interesting day. I did take this sorry, I did take this bad trade here, which didn't follow my plan, but this time I didn't follow my plan not because I was distracted or I wasn't paying attention, but I don't know, missed I just missed it. I We had these lows made in an hourly fair value gap and these intermediary term lows, and I was looking for a continuation from another fair value gap. But I don't know why I thought that this was a valid entry, since after an intermediary term low made in an hourly fair value gap, I'm supposed to enter from a higher low made in another hourly fair value gap. This was a 5 minute fair value gap. So yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. I just didn't realize. I guess these arrows here. You see another arrow here, here, and here. I just had a bit of difficulty since it didn't register the trade, so that's why I entered. I entered, closed once, and entered again, since it didn't. Yeah, just technical difficulties here. So yeah, really, I can't even be mad since I didn't know that I was breaking my plan like other times. This one just, yeah, I guess I just didn't realize. Oh, also I was bullish since, despite being bearish on Friday, since we had taken these swing lows here at this level and reacted from them. So yeah, I was bullish. If I hadn't taken this trade, then I probably would have spotted this opportunity here on MES. It was here after a sweep of these swing lows made just after midnight open, and yeah, target here. But I probably wouldn't have entered on MES and entered on MNQ instead, since this had a better RR, 1.19, or if I targeted this even 1.53. So yeah, just quite unfortunate. Not mad about it, but I'm not happy either. So yeah. Tuesday was a bank holiday, but despite this, I saw that opening volume was still high, as you can see here, 16,000 in the first 3 minutes. So I was still open to taking a trade. And I managed to take one, but unfortunately, yeah, it wasn't a loss. And in my opinion, it was even worse. It was a break even trade. Since I exited here, as you can see. Oh, oops. Here. Yeah, this followed my plan. It was an entry of a fair value gap fill on the 1 hour. We had this fill of a fair value gap here, which created an intermediary term low, and this other intermediary term low was created here in this fair value gap, and I was looking for a continuation upwards. Yeah, being with my take profit being here, these Asian highs, and I entered after we shifted structure on the 3 minute and 5 minute, and we filled this fair value gap. I got entered here a little bit lower into this gap. So um, price immediately went against me, as you can see. It almost stopped me out. Was like half a point, maybe, or not half a point, 1 point from stopping me out before it reversed. And for some reason, or not for some reason, but I exited here once it hit break even a little bit later here. And my reasoning for that was that the 50% of this range here was already hit earlier. But the fact is that this wasn't even a leg down or a range at all, since we had multiple swing points throughout it. So this was just a retracement. And yeah, because of that, I shouldn't have entered and shouldn't have exited, and I should have just kept my original target here. Now, I personally think that even if I had lost this trade, let's say that it would have stopped me out here instead of reversing, I still think that was I had the basis on why I took this trade and this followed my plan. But yeah, it's annoying. This annoys me even more than missed opportunities or bad trades, since this was a good trade. It followed my plan perfectly, but I just shot myself in the foot by exiting early at break even for basically no reason other than a made up one and fear. So yeah, frustrating, but at least I was right about where price wanted to go. So I guess that's something. Wednesday, I'm once again sad to say this was another losing day. Yeah, it's just embarrassing at this point, but I guess I'll go over it. So I was bullish, looking for these swing lows, maybe to have a higher low above them, or get the sweep and then a nice reversal. But yeah, price just tumbled down, and yeah, I entered from this fair value gap, hourly fair value gap, with a 3 minute structure shift and then a 1 minute imbalance, which was here. But looking back, this fair value gap basically was nothing, since yeah, just this was just a random fair value gap, and I basically had no reason to enter from it. So yeah, I'm not glad to say that this was another loss, but it's the truth, I guess, and how my day played out. So yeah, two losses this week and one break even so far. On Thursday, you already know the deal by now, another unsuccessful trade. But I'm not particularly mad about this one, since it pretty much followed my plan. I was bullish, still bullish, and looking for a reaction after we hit these swing hourly lows and entered this imbalance, hourly imbalance. And I entered after we shifted structure on the 3 minute, after we broke above these swing highs, and once we filled this 3 minute imbalance with my take profit at these 15-minute swing highs and stop loss just at these lows. Yeah, you can see pretty much quickly stopped out, but I'm not that mad, like I said, about this one, since it followed my plan. I do think that on Friday, tomorrow, I mean, I probably will switch up my bias to being bearish, since it looks like the reaction from those daily swing lows we hit on last Friday is pretty much over, and these past, maybe not 4 days but 3 days, I've sort of been chasing, just just going, thinking that it will go higher, but it never actually went higher. So yeah, like I said, I'll probably switch my bias, and I'm interested to see how that plays out for me. Friday was another amazing day, as you can see. Really good trade here. Yeah, but to be serious, I was bearish the one time I was bearish, price just rallied. That's great. I was bearish due to this reaction since, if I can, here, after we took out these swing lows here, we retraced back into the 50% of this whole leg down, and yeah, we started reacting, and I was bearish after that. um yeah, maybe I should have been bullish, but since it price took out these lows, but I don't know, just it just didn't sit right with me to be bearish, to be bullish after so many days of being bullish and being wrong. So yeah, I was bearish because of this. We had a retrace into this the 50% of this zone and this 15-minute fair value gap, and I was looking for a reversal after this, but since I am so smart, I entered only on the 1 minute, not even a 3 minute structure shift. Yeah, not even that happened. So just yeah, just a bad trade in general. So yeah, to wrap off the week, this was probably, if not the worst, one of the worst weeks I've ever had. 5 trades, 4 losses, and one break even. And the break even one would have been a win if I didn't exit at break even for basically no reason. Out of these 5 trades, only 2 followed my plan. One, the break even one, which should have been a win, and another loss, which I believe was the one on Thursday. So yeah, I should have only taken those, which meant that, which would have meant that I'd be up on the week just a tiny bit. Well, more than half my risk actually, so not that little. But yeah, that's it for this week.